On this special edition, I'm going to bring you an encore presentation, reveal a book I bought this week, and give away copies of the same book. Happy Juneteenth, y'all! I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show Extra. Now kick that intro! Comic Hero Show Extra. I'm Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. And once again, happy Juneteenth, everyone. Now, Juneteenth, or Freedom Day as it's also called, marks the end of slavery among African Americans. And this all took place on June 19th, 1865. Now, slavery may have ended all those years ago from a physical standpoint, but ever since then, there have been other ethnicities who wanted to put chains back on us. No. Unacceptable. And, you know, I say this, and, you know, I've said this on many episodes of the Comic Hero Show before, but the only way that we're going to get through this thing called life is with love and respect. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to agree with others. I'm not saying that you have to have the same mindset as others, but I just say just respect others. Respect their differences. Respect their cultures. Respect their mindsets. Just respect them. Just love and respect them. I mean, that's the key. Simply the key. Now, because this is a Comic Hero Show Extra, it's not going to be as long as regular episodes of the show. It's good. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. Right now, you know, in celebration of the featured book that on this Comic Hero Show Extra, I want y'all to see this 3-minute documentary I did on 2 of the 3 founders of Milestone Media. And I'm talking about Dennis Cowan and the late great Dwayne McDuffie. I mean, they branched out from DC and Marvel and then created their own company and came out with some great superheroes. And one of them, one of the most popular superheroes out of all of them is Static. And they're back, and I just want y'all to see this. This is called McDuffie and Cowan, African American in Comics. Check it out. Dwayne McDuffie was an American writer of comic books and television, known for creating the animated series Static Shock, writing and producing the animated series Justice League Unlimited and Ben 10, and co-founding the pioneer minority-owned and operated comic book company, Milestone Media. Going on staff at Marvel as Bob Budiansky's assistant on special projects, McDuffie helped develop the company's first superhero trading cards. He also scripted stories for Marvel. His first major work was Damage Control, a miniseries about the company that shows up between issues and tidies up the mess left by the latest round of superhero supervillain battles. After becoming an editor at Marvel, McDuffie submitted a spoof proposal for a comic entitled Teenage Negro Ninja Thrashers in response to Marvel's treatment of black characters. Becoming a freelancer in 1990, McDuffie wrote dozens of various comics for Marvel, DC, and Archie Comics. In the early 1990s, wanting to express a multicultural sensibility that he felt was missing in comic books, McDuffie and 3 partners founded Milestone Media. The Plain Dealer of Cleveland, Ohio, described in 2000 as the industry's most successful minority-owned and operated comic company. McDuffie explained, and I quote, "If you do a black character or a female character or an Asian character, then they aren't just characters. They represent that race or that sex, and it can't be interesting because everything they do has to represent an entire block of people. You know, Superman isn't all white people, and neither is Lex Luthor. We knew we had to present a range of characters within each ethnic group, which means that we couldn't just do one book. We had to do a series of books, and we had to present a view of the world that's wider than the world we've ever seen before." End quote. Milestone, whose characters include the African-American Static, Icon, and Hardware, the Asian-American Zombie, and the multi-ethnic superhero group called the Blood Syndicate, which include Black, Asian, and Latino men and women, debuted its titles in 1993 through a distribution deal with DC Comics. Serving as editor-in-chief, McDuffie created or co-created many characters, including Static. He would later go on to create the Static Shock animated series. Sadly, in 2011, at the age of 49, McDuffie died from complications from emergency heart surgery. Dennis Cowan is a comics artist and an animation producer for Queens, New York. Some of his early work included being a regular artist on books like Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man, Superman, The Flash, and Detective Comics, but gained prominence as the primary artist on The Question, a comic book series written by Dennis O'Neil and published by DC beginning in February of 1987. While at Marvel, he served as penciler on the latter half of the Deathlock miniseries, which was written by Dwayne McDuffie and Gregory Wright, as well as on the subsequent regular title of the same name. He and McDuffie and two others would go on to co-found Milestone Media. In addition to being a comics artist, Cowan has served as a producer on the Static Shock animated series and senior vice president of animation at BET. These two men paved the way for other writers and artists in the black community to take on comics. Without them, the comics community wouldn't be as diverse and open as it is now.
It's true. If Cowan and McDuffie hadn't gone out and come up with Milestone Media with some other writers and artists and different other TV producers and filmmakers, then the comics world wouldn't be as diverse as it is now. Because it took a while, but all these other comic companies like DC and Marvel had decided, okay, yeah, the way we're doing things completely wrong, and it's time for a change. But I hope you all enjoyed that, and now let's get to the comic I bought this week. All right, here it is, folks. Milestone Returns number 0. Now this cover was done by Milestone Media co-founder Dennis Cowan, who is also one of the co-creators of Static, and also developed and did help the late great Dwayne McDuffie develop the Static Shock series that was on the WB and later Cartoon Network. And the entire book is written by Reginald Hudlin. Now, Reginald Hudlin is no stranger to comics. I mean, he has written Spider-Man. He's written Black Panther. He's been an executive producer on the Boondocks TV series, and at one point was even president of BET. And then you also have you also have artists like Nicholas Draper, Ivy, Chris Cross, Bill Sienkiewicz, and then Dennis Cowan himself. Really glad these characters are back and they're here to stay. And let me tell you, I believe they're going to be here a lot longer than 4 years. But yeah. All right, with that one book, that brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 10,656. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this Comic Hero Show Extra. Now, the last few days, I've given y'all the opportunity to enter to win a free copy of Milestone Media just like this one. And what I've had y'all do is I've given y'all the opportunity to like or love the cover of Milestone Returns number 0. Now, I've had y'all do that on different branches of social media, and then on here on both YouTube and IGTV, I've also given y'all the opportunity to leave positive comments about the cover of Milestone Returns number 0. 14 of y'all have done that, and I'm not going to draw not just one, not two, but 3 names. So the first person who wins a copy of Milestone Media number 0 is Zandra Ashley from Bossier City, Louisiana. So congratulations, Zandra. You win yourself a copy of Milestone Media number 0. All right, 1 down and 2 to go. And the second person who wins the free copy of Milestone Media number 0 is Larry Lambert from Ruston, Louisiana. So congratulations, Larry. You win yourself a copy of Milestone Media number 0. Oops, I almost said a free Comic Hero team. I don't do that on the Comic Hero Show Extra. I just do that on the Comic Hero Show. Period. All right, last name, one more. So the last winner of a free copy of Milestone Media is Sharon Hart from Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Sharon. You win yourself a free copy of Milestone Media number 0. All right, congratulations to all three of y'all. If I had the chance to give everyone that I know a copy of Milestone Media number 0, I would, because this is a groundbreaking event, in comics. I mean, these are characters that were created 28 years ago, and only Static was the really relevant one, or the one that that stood the test of time. I mean, Static, just like I said in the in the documentary, he went on to have his own TV show, and I think in due time a lot of these characters, or pretty much all of them, are going to be appearing on TV shows, cartoons, and even movies. You just never know. Now, I just want to say this to all my fellow black people: just keep the faith. I know that we've had to, that even though slavery ended, we had to put up with so much. I mean, so many unspeakable things, and I mean even now. And I know that it may take a while, but just keep the faith, because one day we're going to see true equality in this world. All right, let me remind y'all of what the free tea question of the week is. The question is: Black Panther has a sister. What is her name? Now, here are the hints for that. The first hint is that she took up the mantle of the Black Panther while T'Challa was living in New York temporarily. And then the second hint is that this character has appeared in movies like Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, and is played by Letitia Wright. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on episode 360 of the Comic Hero Show. I'm about to reach the midpoint of doing the Summer of Superheroes, and on the next episode, I'm going to wear a Deadpool Comic Hero tee. I'm going to show some love to the Merc with the Mouth. This is the character's 10th anniversary. And I hope y'all enjoyed this Comic Hero Show Extra. And if there are any Juneteenth celebrations that you've attended, great. And if there's any Juneteenth celebrations that you're thinking about attending, go ahead and do so. I mean, there's a Let the Good Times Roll festival going on in Shreveport right now, and it's running through tomorrow. So go ahead and take part of that. You'll celebrate being you. Celebrate being free. Celebrate, and most importantly, celebrate being an American. All right, I'm Victor Noli on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next time for episode 360 in a few days. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!